What is going on? I'm Zedmont. We are here on Booming of the Beaches. We need to update our creator code to code ZMOT or ZMOT if you speak Canadians like me or other parts of the world. Anyways, we are going to be giving away this right about here, the Boom Beach Super Fan Bundle. One critter plushie, also known as a stuffy. Let me know in the comments if you call it a plushie or a stuffy or something else. 5 collectible pins and 2 pairs of socks. I wear these socks fairly consistently. They are fantastic. Mentioned this in my video last week. We were looking for 3 very, very specific things. Number 1, what you like about the new update. Number 2, what you don't like about the update. And number 3, what you want to see in future updates. So I will be giving that away shortly here. For right now, though, wanted to start with warships. Now, this is probably relevant for lots of players. I know that my gameplay at the higher levels I'm in rank 18 right now, for example, doesn't really touch a lot of players because lots of you don't have instant training, or you started lower, or you don't play as much. So wanted to drop this one first. I started this account yesterday, went from rank 1 to rank 11, sitting down here with 76% win rate. So this does work. 2 engine rooms, there's lots of good stuff there, but for 3 engine rooms, I went the way that many players do. Lots of you like to max out everything before you go to the next engine room. Not the ideal tech tree, but realistically one that lots and lots of you have. So we've got that boost node for heavies. We've got brick maxed. We've got the extra mortars. We have basically everything possible before that next engine room level. Yes, we're missing cryoneers, but otherwise every single thing is unlocked. Our gunboat, we'll get a little tick into there just because. Now, I have been doing 2 different attacks that work every single season, but it seems like every single season people forget that it works. So there is no building health at the 3 engine room level. So this one has a nice straight line, doing a nice little drawing here. They've got a nice straight line of those engine rooms. So we don't need to do any kind of split drop. We are just going to use battle orders. We're going to run right through this. And this ramp is shorter than this ramp. Takes troops less time to get up there. So just literally dropping and running. No finessing, no fanciness, no keeping those squishy troops alive. By the way, I did not coin the term squishy troops. I believe that was Drew, back when Drew was the Boom Beach community manager, and then just running our troops through all of this stuff. Don't need to worry too much about anything. Yes, we did shock our own troops. Just getting that next flare out and getting onto that engine room, and slowly but surely, because of shock mines, getting that down in 3 minutes 26. And we did not lose many heavies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or so heavies, and a very, very quick time. This will win. Get you up to rank, I don't think it'll get you into gold, but you can get to at least 14 using this. Just keep going, build yourself a base. If you've never gotten into gold, you definitely can get into gold this season. This one, not quite as straight, but we're still gonna do it because I don't want to learn another strategy. I will show you a second strategy in a second. I'm just being a little bit over the top here, and we're just gonna flare, and as soon as our troops get moving, we are gonna get onto that engine room. Then we'll get onto this engine room, and using our battle orders right about now to get the bulk of our troops out there. I don't think we're gonna have enough gunboat energy for that next whatever the heck that's called, brain not totally firing battle orders, but you still see 3 minutes 29 seconds, just absolutely smoking bases. And when I watch replays against my base, they are using crazy troops, and those are the moments that reminds me that I need to come back and say the obvious things in case it helps people out there. Because if we watch Like, I know this one, for example, if we watch their hit, what are they doing here? They are bringing out some heavies and some Zookas and some rifles, and mixing in rifles with heavies doesn't make a lot of sense. And then it's just trying to walk their troops through the mines, trying to keep things alive. They've got Zookas for damage, but then they've all got heavies and rifles up front, and it's just not as fast. And then if we go back to, I think it was here, this person, I believe it was, they've got Zookas and tanks and heavies, just not ideal. Sticking with the dead simple stuff, and I'll show you where did it go against. I think it was this one. I did the attack strategy that I was trying to show you guys. We leave Brick in behind, and then we use this final flare right there to get our heavies moving and to get Brick moving, and then cluster grenade on the engine room. Those are the two primary strategies in the 3 engine room level that I highly, 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 highly recommend. And it seems like people have just straight up forgotten them. So these shock mines, yeah, see, I'm trying to find a way to use that cluster grenade hit, but these things are just lined up in such a way that I don't think it's required. Getting those front couple boats of heavies out there. We are going to use, do I want to use a shock? I don't think I do. We are going to let those guys hit those shock mines. Then we're going to hit that battle orders, getting our troops moving, getting a shock out there, because why the heck not? And then again, battle orders, battle orders, battle orders. You get to hear Brick yell, all of your troops moving through onto that final engine room, and we're going to get 331. Crushing opponents. I know lots of you out there are like, Zed, come on, I'm sitting here in 17. I just made gold. I need more details on what's next. Well, let's bring people up first, then we'll get into that. You can see here people still using heavies and Zookas and walking into our mines and losing so many troops in the process. We don't have instant training on this account. Yes, I do run 2 accounts with instant training, but not having to reload troops is so helpful, and winning in the process. We've done, how many battles have I done this morning? We've done in the neighborhood of, in the last couple of minutes, we've done 3. We still have lots and lots of reserves full of those heavy dudes. If we load our Zookas back in, we've only lost, what is that, like 25 heavies in all of those battles. So they will refresh. We can keep claiming chests, and we are about to move up into rank 12. And I will be staying in 3 engine rooms for a little while because need to get all sorts of stuff at that next engine room level. Basic rule of thumb is, as long as you're matching people with your engine room level, don't move up quite yet for the average player. One more thing I've noticed that people are not doing enough of is using the melons. Please, people, stop using bombardiers right now. Melons cost no GBE and they do more damage. They are beyond fun. So what we are going to do here is, I have no powder on this account. Duplexity is the operation of choice. We're going to have a look at Deja Vu. Yesterday on Deja Vu, we did the left-hand side or open the shore or something. I guess it was last week, actually. What we are going to do here, this rocket launcher can't be hacked, not enough damage near it. That's going to be a bit of a pain. Grapplers back here also posing to be a bit of a pain. I'm going to bring these troops into this little gap right about here. What I'm hoping is going to happen is I am going to flare that cell. We're going to clear this stuff with melons. We're going to clear behind us with melons. And then Bullet's going to kind of wander over here, tank the damage from that rocket launcher as I try to draw it. That rocket launcher is going to hit Bullets. Our melons are going to sit here. They're going to clear all this stuff. And if all that happens, I'm going to be absolutely amazed. We have switched to Bullet's energy drink because I think that's going to be more likely to keep him alive. There are rockets up there. There are rockets up there. We've got grapplers behind us, boom cannons behind us. So lots and lots of things going on. Also, need to smoke the shore a little bit. I might just use critters to not have to do that. Don't really have a plan for that. So we're just going to jump in. This is Duplexity. It is the highest level operation in the game. This is a 50-member task force, though, with lots and lots of full boost beast players. So if I manage to screw this up, kind of like my gunboat captain did, not the complete and utter end of the world. So we are going to use a smoke because I don't really want to lose all of my troops to that grappler, or any of my troops to that grappler for that matter. And then we're going to come right to about here. This is where things start to get a little bit hairy. Now, we don't have to be perfect with our smokes. Intentionally not being perfect with our smokes. 1, 2, and 3 back into here. This is where that grappler trying to get our troops. I am going to throw a re-smoke about here. Then we're going to flare out to there, throw some critters back there, and a shock about there. Somehow managed to not shock the rocket launcher. Don't really know how that happened, to be honest, but should be all good in a second here. Just need those gosh darned boom cannons behind us to go down. That was all part of the plan, but now we just need to move slightly further up, throw one more shock into there. At this point, I believe that we're out of the range of those grapplers. Of course, some of our bombardiers are going to wander and try to die, but I think we're going to get some decent value here as long as we don't let those gosh darned mechs get shocked. So we're going to try to bring some of our stuff over to this right-hand side. And now we need to throw that shock out wide. Did not get full value, but look at that. Bullet should be standing out wide to that left-hand side. In theory, should be the closest building to that rocket launcher, but we're going to shock it just in case. Then hopefully we'll have enough GBE to get Bullet a little bit of health here. We did use that gosh darned energy drink intentionally, but not getting any value out of it. So we did clear a bunch of stuff. That rocket launcher is going to target all of our bombardiers, unfortunately, so not getting perfect value. I would love to get a flare right about now just to try to get something towards that rocket launcher, and or to flare our troops the heck away. Getting neither out of this deal is not ideal, but we have cleared that entire section. Definitely not going to finish this core, but whoever comes in next should have a nice little snuggle spot to do so. Snuggle spot. Wonder how Mrs. Merp is doing. Have not talked to her. Silly Merp. Have not talked to her in forever. Those of you who have been with the channel for a long time probably recognize that name. We have all of these flamethrowers around the core on life support. Not getting anything down though. Would love to get one more energy drink, because without it, Bullet is a goner. Then that mech is going to be a goner. I do not have the mech tribe boosted. That is one of my favorite parts about these updates, by the way, is the fact they finally fixed the tribes. Not really favorite, but you get the basic idea. Meloniers, Boom Beach, big melons, bouncing melons, all sorts of innuendos there that could be made, but the bottom line is please do use these melons. Notice how much damage they're doing with their shrapnel, hitting all the buildings around it, how fast they cleared all of this stuff at shore. Should be a huge eye-opener for you if it wasn't already. We are going to change that note to be 1. For those of you who are asking about how these notes work, people just throw down their basic idea of how many attacks it's going to take. So you can look at a glance. We've got 1, 5, 9, 18, 19, 27 hits remaining, with 41 sitting up there in the corner. Very doable op. So decent. Definitely not what I was hoping. It would have been far, far, far better and a little bit smarter if I would have cleared some of these shock mines so that I could have gotten rid of that rocket launcher, then come back. But bottom line, we did a decent clearing job. And as you can see here, there is a hidey hole there where someone can come in to this neighborhood and then flare that way potentially, and then onto the core. Lots of ways to do it, or they can just shock that and get all of their firepower firing onto there with melons, and will melt through that core in a reasonable amount of time, as you saw by our troops just hanging in there. Oh, that moment when you go to change accounts and come across this base under attack. That is actually very, very useful because I wanted to show you an update on the bunkers. Okay, jumping right back on in. You'll notice that if we look in my log, I have been getting intel and diamonds for basically every single attack. Hey, spam call. That is 3 videos in a row that I've gotten a spam call. Clearly, my phone number is somewhere on the internet as someone who doesn't give a crap about spam calls. So, intel, diamonds, yes, my account does not have any defenses. We do not have any of the defensive tribes boosted. We don't have any blue statues. I am all about the purple and red, but still getting good stuff. So wanted to show it. And by the way, this person clearly is trying to get some missions. That is 2 videos in a row where people have been trying to get some missions done. Last time it was someone trying to get the attack with warriors, didn't have a hero. This time, deploy many troops and win. So, quick note, first and foremost, that reroll button is there. It is not super obvious. Wanted to make sure you were aware it is there. Secondly, with the Boom Pass active, you get double intel. So, my plan here is to claim none of these until the warship season ends. A little bit silly, I know, but that way, when warships intel goes away, we will have all the extra intel from Boom Pass missions. So you don't have to claim them right away. You can save them a little bit. Quick update on my bunkers was what I was trying to get at. I have 1 Cryoneer and 2 Zookas in there. Previously had 2 Cryoneers, and just trying to mix things up a little bit. Very curious to see if those Zookas are giving us any value. Cryoneers definitely are. I love watching our opponents get slowed down. Another quick note, the number of people I have seen trying to shock the bunker is far too high. You cannot shock the bunker. Hi, Siri. Oh, there we go. There we go. Perfect. That is exactly what I did not want to happen, but we will hide that little bit. As, look at this, Cryoneer doing all sorts of damage, slowing that mech down. Don't know if our Zookas are actually shooting out of there or not, or if this was before I switched in Zookas, but getting extra intel and diamonds simply because of the fact that that bunker doing work. And now there are people who are just going to walk through it. Of course. And then there are people who are going to use silly, fun troops to walk through it just to get those missions. So big shout out to Copra. Is that a Karate Kid reference, or is that spelled different? Or am I made a, what was that? Oh man, I already forgot the name of the game. Brain not functioning on full. I can't see the Zookas shooting out of there. Maybe because we're on, maybe if we slow it down a bit, maybe 4 times mode is not showing our Zookas shooting out of there. Or maybe I don't actually. Let's watch on 1 times mode. Sorry. A lot of the times here, it's just me being curious by things and hoping that that curiosity is interesting to some of you as well. We're going to speed it up until they get somewhat close to this bunker, but I'm not seeing my Zookas firing out of this bunker. So let's get it back to regular times mode. Gonna see just if we get any sort of goodness from those bunkers with the Zookas in there. Come on. Now, one of the questions that many of you have been asking is, do tribes, come on, where the heck are my Zuka? There we go. There we got some Zuka shots coming out of there. Definitely just hard to see. You have to really zoom in to see those. So Zuka's definitely doing a bit of damage. I don't know if someone raids you while your statues are boosted, if you get extra damage. I also don't know if you get extra damage if you were to have a Zuka tribe there. In theory, you should, but it's just so difficult to test because they are broken in those friendly challenges. So not perfectly ideal, but we are going to jump into warships here. This account does not have a base built yet. Will not be doing that for the second. Also notice that 20 keys per chest, 23 at the moment, and if we look at the boom cannons, they are 64 keys away. So lots of hiding at the moment. People with boom cannons doing far better than those without, but people with boom cannons don't generally have building health yet. Also, they don't necessarily have that building damage. And one thing I did get pointed out yesterday was that if you're a rocket chopper player, you're 40 keys closer to that building damage. The people who have gone blazing on ahead have to come back through that rocket chopper to get there. So that is somewhat of a relief. My apologies. I totally gapped on the fact that I need to give that prize away. So drum roll, please. I don't have a soundbite. Here is your winner, Thomas Hardy, saying they love level 25 Zukas, giving a second love instead of a dislike. They love level 26 landing crafts. And then what they also love is the extra troop damage with Zukas for AZ op hits, giving 3 loves instead of what was requested. Totally fine. Those were all bonus entries, not the end of the world. And then Can't See Color 07 saying that, by the way, this is the first time I've seen that. Someone excited about the proto part conversion. That was great to see. And then a sawmill upgrade, I agree. I mean, it's just an upgrade for the sake of an upgrade. Yet another phone call. And then finally, they want a new hero in the new upgrade. New hero in the upgrade. I would love to see. Now, how this works, for those of you who are unawares, the link at the top will get you on my Discord. You have 6 days to join the Discord, claim the prize. Can't See Colors, you join as well, because if Thomas doesn't join, you get the prize. It's that simple. You can leave Discord, and for those of you who didn't win, join anyways. I'm going to give away some Brawl Stars loot in the next couple minutes here. You can enter that giveaway. It'll run for 24 hours or so. And if you don't even want stuff, come join anyways. Hang out. All is well in the world. This account, we are on the brink of using Laser Rangers, but you cannot use Laser Rangers unless you have my good friend Dr. Kevy Kavan. So that is going to be my next unlock. You are going to watch me lose probably 2 battles, hoping not, but Seekers are not really working all that terribly well at the second, but we are going to give them a go. This person does not have critter launchers, which will help our attacks a little teeny tiny bit. Gonna send those guys off to die, and then we are gonna send more over this way. I'm not gonna use any shocks for those guys on that right hand side. Then we're gonna get these guys going, hoping that they can get that down before the rest of our troops get towards the rest of the things, and then slowly but surely getting some shocks out onto some things. Thankfully, a couple of those Seeker dudes did make that left-hand turn. This is not going to go super duper well. No ability to clear mines is so incredibly frustrating with Seekers this season. But I think we've got enough troop health that we should be able to get away from that stuff. I missed a fairly easy shock during that early part of that hit, so as a result we are going to fizzle way worse than I had anticipated, and now you're going to have to watch me lose probably 3 times. I might just cut out one of them. That was rough. Saurian IP coming through with a decent time. Generally speaking, you need to be faster than this against someone who doesn't have building health, but Sorienal getting the easy win because I have fizzled all of the way. Just full clearing. Are they going to have probably going to have a shock for that cannon as well? Yeah. So this is going to be slow and super steady. You should never win with this time, but with Seekers, I am just giving away gifts, just like we're giving away Boom Beach Plushies. Nonetheless, Sorian LP coming up with the win. We are going to get back in, hopefully claiming gold. Not getting that 4th engine room is going to be a huge blow for us, but should still be all good. Doom Cannon, do you range most of that stuff? No, so we can again go 2 boats over there. We are going to send most of our dudes on this far left-hand side, and critter launchers are not super duper fun to go against. It is amazing just how many critters they can accumulate in a very short amount of time. But we should, in theory, be able to get the heck away from these gosh darn annoying, frustrating troops. It is crazy just how much damage these gosh darn things can do, just like that hot pot if we let it. But we are going to cruise on through towards that next engine room and don't have any GBE. There have been so many times this season where I've had 27 gunboat energy, or sorry, 24, and that next shock is 27. Frustrating, and now there is no hope for our troops. We have critter launchers chasing us. We are not going to get enough damage in that final engine room. Seekers are basically done for me at this point in the season. I knew going in they were not a greatly viable troop. There are people doing great things with them, but one of those people is not me at the second. Squiggles seems to have disconnected. Oh, there we go. Coming back in. Picking up the loss in a big way. They don't realize that they don't have to flare, losing so many troops in the process. Also, with those laser rangers, you get more damage by flaring the flamethrower. Anyways, or the machine gun, I should say. So we are almost there. Because of that first extra ugly fizzle, we have to do one more hit. Then I'll do a Laser Ranger hit. Laser Rangers are taking over the leaderboard at the second. Lots and lots of fun there. Do I dare bring a boat of heavies? We're going to do that. We're going to bring a boat of heavies. I'm going to send one over here and then one over here. We're going to drop our heavies here. And I'm going to flare right to there. Again, shocking all of this crap, trying to keep some of those dudes alive, and just like our dudes were trying to keep alive, we are going to try to keep those flares active. And again, I have screwed up. See how many flares? In my video last week, a bunch of you called me the GOAT of shocks. This one, I am not the greatest of all time, but just simply a goat trying to throw shocks out there. Missing so many shocks in this video that it is crazy. But we've got decent numbers of critters left. Just need to get some of them onto that final engine room, and it's not going to happen. Just the absolute swarm of critters. I kind of love it. I also by the way, you can shock them as well. I've seen a couple instances where you can actually save the hit by shocking the opponent's critters, and that is not going to be the case today. Hey, Silverchair rocks! I am super stoked. This is a person who comments on my videos consistently. They are not perfect. They are a person who likes a hockey team that I am not a big fan of. But otherwise, all good things. Look at that flaring. Oh, you ground flared. No, don't fizzle. No, don't fizzle. You had... That was a strange choice, my friend, much like your choice of hockey teams, but giving stars away to Silverchair Rocks, I am all in favor of. Good things there. Their team gave my team a win on Wednesday. I'm going to give them stars in repayment. I try not to gloat. I don't like people who gloat about wins, but happy to give the stars away. We have got Dr. Kevy Kavan. And by the way, if you have a clump base like this, it is not going to work in rank 17, in rank 18 and higher. People with these guys are going to walk through your base, and some people are bringing in a boat of rocket choppas as well to rush that last engine room. But we are going to give this a go, and I am going to give this a go at the risk of falling out of gold. So my ugly seeker hits, putting me at risk in a big, big way. I think I am going to max Kavan, because and by the way, people who have laser rangers also have that 100% troop health, which means that your rocket choppas can get hit by a cannon and live, means that your laser rangers can walk over so many mines and live, and we are going to give this the old college try here. Okay, so again, should be able to simply walk through this base. Whether or not that's going to be the case, I don't actually know, because I haven't used this troop yet. But here goes nothing. Kevy Kavan coming out firing. All of our laser rangers also coming out firing. And we are going to throw a shock onto that critter launcher, because I don't want to deal with critter launcher critters. We're just going to get all of our troops out there. Those heavies are going to keep our troops alive in theory, and waiting for some of our heavies to die, and now just walking through this space. Again, all in theory at the second. Need to shock that mortar. Missed the mortar that I was worried about, hit the other mortar, and now just keeping some of our GBE so that we can shock that hot pot once it pops up. Kavan bringing back some troops, and now just walking through this base. I say walking through this base, definitely walking, not so much running. We are at 3 minutes and 2. Our opponents, in theory, should be very, very close to that time. Like I said previously, our time on that, what was it, like 2 minutes or whatever the heck that last person got, was not going to be fast enough. There is our laser rangers doing all of the damage onto that engine room, and we are going to get about 239. Definitely can speed that up. Having, noob, Cybot, are we going to fall out of gold? We are going to fall out of gold. Rough sledding. So you can see how that troop combo is going to work, though, and how those clump bases are going to be a problem. I am not going to claim that chest, because claiming that chest would lose us 2 keys, and as you saw by my other account, losing 2 keys is the difference between unlocking something good and getting something that will rank you up. So this troop, yes, I did an average job of using them, but lots and lots of good things coming there. I think I missed an important shock, didn't keep my troops moving in the straight line, but overall very, very fast troops. So you will start to see engine rooms move over to this side. You'll also start to see some of these things start to get spread out, because laser rangers are coming, my friends, and if you keep those bases clumped like mine is, you're going to have a very, very bad time. Okay, we're going to end the video there. A little bit long in the tooth at some parts, but you guys have commented many, many, many times that those losses and those mistakes are actually what help you. And if you're wondering how I get 3 slots in the sculptor, it's all because of that Boom Pass. If you are interested in the Boom Pass, please make sure you throw code ZMOT in your shop. It is incredibly helpful. Also, the trader, many of you are complaining that HQ26 was not giving crystal trades. I think they're back. Do let me know in the comments if that's something you've noticed or not. It might have just been a glitch in the matrix. Nonetheless, I am losing my voice here, so we are going to call it a day. Thank you for coming in. Do consider trying old troop combos like Grenadiers. They are great fun. More importantly, though, get those melons involved. My old troop combo right about here defaults to bringing in one of those old school bombardiers. Switch it out, throw a melon in. The melons are so much fun. I don't think I have another operation attack that I can do. No, I don't. So, Boom Pass, goodness, update goodness, giveaways, warships. I don't know what else we could cover. So if you have suggestions, please do let me know. We are not gonna do imitation game because it is still bugged. There's no critter launchers, there's no bunkers. Hopefully that's in the next update. That's my number one request. Anyways, I shall talk to you soon though. Thanks for coming in. I'm Zedmont. Peace.